Are you struggling to understand if the person in your life is truly your twin flame? Have you ever wondered how to distinguish this deep spiritual connection from soulmates or karmic relationships? In this video, we're diving into the powerful and sometimes overwhelming world of twin flames. You may have heard about this unique connection before, but with so many mixed messages and romanticized ideas floating around, it's easy to feel confused or unsure about what's real. So, what exactly sets twin flames apart from other relationships like soulmates or karmic bonds? Today, we'll help you uncover the 5 true signs that indicate you've met your twin flame. But this isn't just about dreamy, happily ever after stories, surface-level attractions, or over-the-top love fantasies. Instead, we're going deep into the intense, transformative, and sometimes painful truths that define this rare connection. By the end of this video, you'll gain clarity on what makes a twin flame relationship so life-changing, and understand why this experience is more than just a trend. It's a profound spiritual journey that challenges and transforms you like nothing else. If you've been searching for answers about whether you've truly encountered your other self, you're in the right place. Stay with us as we explore the ups and downs of twin flame dynamics and provide the guidance you need to recognize and navigate this extraordinary bond. If you're excited to learn more and connect with your own spiritual journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Let's begin. The importance of understanding twin flames. Why is it important to understand if you're truly on a twin flame journey? For those experiencing it, clarity is essential. Many people find themselves unsure if their relationship is a twin flame connection or something else entirely. With so much mixed information out there, it's easy to confuse twin flames with soulmates, karmic relationships, or even unhealthy dynamics like narcissism or codependency. While these situations may look similar on the surface, they are fundamentally different. Twin flame connections are unique, and standard advice, whether from psychology, trauma work, energy healing, or spiritual practices, often falls short. In fact, it can sometimes make things more confusing. The intense emotional pain that arises during specific phases of a twin flame relationship needs to be addressed in its own way. That's why identifying whether or not you're in a twin flame relationship is so important. The challenge is that twin flame experiences can mirror other connections, making it hard to see clearly. Yet when you focus on the distinct patterns and evidence that define twin flames, you'll often realize the truth has been in front of you all along. However, societal norms and day-to-day distractions can muddy the waters, preventing you from recognizing this life-altering connection. From this video, you'll likely arrive at one of 2 conclusions. You're either in a twin flame situation, or you're not. A significant clue is emotional turmoil. If you haven't experienced deep emotional distress, particularly an extended period of emotional strain, then it's unlikely to be a twin flame connection. That said, not all emotional pain means it's a twin flame relationship. There are other possibilities. Instead, think of this awareness as a starting point for your own spiritual and personal growth. One key thing to remember is that once a twin flame connection is activated, it never truly fades. It's always with you, whether you realize it or not. To understand it fully, you need to lift your awareness and see it for what it is. Many people caught in a twin flame journey experience recurring cycles, the runner and chaser dynamic, intense highs and lows, and the pain of separation. Even after trying therapy or other interventions, they often find themselves pulled back together, stuck in this emotional loop for years or even decades. On the other hand, if it's not a twin flame connection, it will eventually fade with time. It won't have that unshakable, unbreakable hold on you. This distinction is important because understanding whether you're in a twin flame situation can bring clarity and peace to your path. It allows you to embrace the spiritual lessons and challenges this connection presents, empowering you to grow and evolve in a way nothing else can. By the end of this video, you'll have the insights you need to discern whether what you're experiencing is truly a twin flame connection. If it is, you'll begin to understand its transformative power. If it's not, you'll still gain valuable guidance for your spiritual and emotional growth. Stay tuned as we explore the profound truths of this rare, life-changing connection. What twin flames really are. What exactly are twin flames? While people may hold different ideas, twin flames are generally believed to be two individuals originating from the same soul or sharing the same inner being. It's as if one soul has split into two, manifesting as two distinct people. A common question is, does everyone have a twin flame? The answer is both yes and no. Yes, everyone has a twin flame because it is part of the soul's journey to manifest in the physical world. However, not everyone will encounter their twin flame in this lifetime. Sometimes twin flames do not incarnate simultaneously, and as a result, meeting them may not be part of your current experience. If you do meet your twin flame in this lifetime, it doesn't mean you're more special than anyone else. However, it does suggest that your level of consciousness may be slightly more active or awakened compared to the larger population. It's important to remember that this doesn't make anyone superior or inferior. We are all walking the same path, just at different stages and at our own pace. What's fascinating about the current era is the recent surge in twin flame encounters. This phenomenon represents one of the first significant waves in our modern cycle of human history. While there have always been isolated cases of twin flame meetings throughout time, some of which were even documented, they were far less common. These earlier encounters have, in a way, set the stage for what's happening now. A growing number of twin flames are finding each other, and this increase could be paving the way for something much bigger. These initial waves of twin flame connections are believed to serve a purpose, preparing humanity for a potential shift into the fifth dimensional consciousness. This shift represents a higher level of collective awareness, where love, unity, and spiritual evolution become central. However, this is no small feat. Lifting planetary consciousness requires collective effort and an awakening on a global scale. This surge in twin flame reunions is not just a personal experience, but a sign of greater spiritual transformation. While the idea of 5D consciousness is a vast and complex topic, one that we might explore in another video, understanding twin flames today offers a glimpse into the profound changes happening within humanity. It's a reminder that our connections, especially those as powerful as twin flames, are not random. They are part of a much larger spiritual and cosmic journey. Common misunderstandings about twin flames. What are the key phases of a twin flame connection, and why is the initial phase so significant? Many discussions about twin flames focus on positive signs, similarities, and external events. While those are important, they often present an incomplete picture. The truth is, a twin flame connection reveals the deepest aspects of who you truly are, exposing your flaws and triggering intense internal growth. This relationship, despite its challenges, can ultimately become one of the most transformative and deeply fulfilling experiences of your life. The first stage of a twin flame connection is often referred to as the honeymoon phase, a period of instant recognition and magnetic attraction. It feels as though you've come home, as if you've known this person forever. Everything flows effortlessly, conversations are easy, and the connection seems flawless. Whether romantic or platonic, the bond feels surreal, like a dream coming true. You may even have dreams, visions, or intuitive insights leading up to this encounter. However, even during this seemingly perfect phase, subtle hints of challenges often appear. Perhaps you feel unusually anxious when they don't respond to a message, or start noticing small things that unsettle you. These early signs are often precursors to the deeper issues that will arise as the relationship progresses. The honeymoon phase is typically short-lived, lasting anywhere from a few weeks to a few months. The reason for this limited time frame lies in the buildup of polarized, fear-based energy between twin flames. This connection is incredibly intense because it involves two souls, or rather two egos, mirroring each other. The very traits that draw you together begin to trigger emotional challenges, creating tension and confusion. Little misunderstandings, missed calls, or broken plans can suddenly feel overwhelming, as the energy exchange between twin flames reaches its peak. For many, this phase culminates in the first major breakup or separation, what we commonly recognize as the runner-chaser dynamic. One twin often pulls away, either through ghosting, sudden silence, or withdrawal. This initial split can be incredibly painful, and leaves you questioning the connection itself. While this dynamic is common for most twin flames, it's important to note that every pair's journey is unique. In rare cases, twin flames may already be in long-term relationships or marriages when their souls recognize each other. When this happens, the honeymoon period still occurs, but it unfolds within the context of an existing bond. This makes it more complex, especially when shared history, families, or children are involved. While this situation is uncommon, it's worth mentioning because it can add unique challenges to an already intense connection. Ultimately, the honeymoon phase of a twin flame journey is a defining moment. It's a time of deep recognition, profound connection, and the beginning of a transformative path that challenges you to grow beyond your limits. Though this initial phase can be fleeting, it leaves a lasting impact, propelling you into a journey of spiritual awakening and self-discovery. Understanding these early signs and phases helps you navigate the path ahead with greater clarity and purpose. Number 1. The honeymoon period in twin flames. The first stage of a twin flame connection is often marked by an instant bond that feels like home, a blissful and dreamlike period commonly known as the honeymoon phase. From the moment you meet, everything flows effortlessly, and it's as though you've known each other forever. Conversations are natural, the connection feels flawless, and there's a deep sense of comfort and familiarity that is unlike anything you've experienced before. This phase is a significant clue that you may be in a twin flame connection, and it often begins with soul recognition, the moment your soul recognizes itself in another. During this stage, you may also experience intuitive insights, dreams, or visions leading up to the encounter. The energy between you and your twin flame is undeniable, creating an intense yet seemingly effortless bond. However, even in this period of harmony, subtle hints of challenges often begin to surface. You might feel anxious if they don't respond quickly to a message, or become overly concerned with small misunderstandings. These early signs are precursors to deeper issues that will arise as the relationship progresses. The honeymoon phase doesn't last long, typically a matter of weeks to a few months, due to the buildup of polarized energy in your shared field. As the connection intensifies, this energy begins to shift from harmony to tension. The traits and behaviors that drew you together so powerfully start to mirror each other, often triggering fears, insecurities, and unresolved emotional wounds. Small things like missed calls, forgotten plans, or minor disagreements suddenly feel amplified. This transition marks the beginning of the runner-chaser dynamic. One twin, overwhelmed by the energy and emotions, may begin to withdraw, sometimes through ghosting or sudden disappearances, while the other twin feels an intense pull to reconnect and resolve the conflict. This first major breakup or period of no contact is a defining moment in the twin flame journey, often leaving both sides feeling confused and emotionally raw. While the honeymoon phase is typically short, it is unforgettable. It's a period that you often look back on with wonder, marveling at how quickly and deeply you connected. It's important to understand that this stage isn't about falling in love in the conventional sense. Instead, it's about your soul recognizing itself in your twin flame. This realization triggers a surge of energy, both beautiful and overwhelming, as two egos from the same soul come together. For some twin flames, the circumstances may be more complex, especially if they've already been in long-term relationships or marriages when soul recognition occurs. While rare, this situation can bring its own challenges, particularly when shared histories, family dynamics, or societal norms are involved. Even so, the core experience of the honeymoon phase remains the same, a powerful and transformative bond that propels you into the deeper stages of the twin flame journey. This phase is the foundation of the twin flame connection, a time of profound love, harmony, and recognition, but also the spark that ignites the challenges and growth to come. It's a reminder that the twin flame journey, while beautiful, is ultimately about transformation, self-awareness, and the reunion of two souls walking the same spiritual path. Number 2. The dark night of the soul, D-Knots. Let's talk about the second sign of a twin flame connection, the sudden and confusing shift that happens right after the honeymoon phase. This phase is marked by obsessive thinking, deep emotional pain, and an overwhelming sense of helplessness and regret. Unlike the pain of a regular breakup, this doesn't fade with time. It lingers, haunts you, and resurfaces again and again until it is properly addressed and understood. Your twin flame may come in and out of your life, leaving you shattered every time until the dynamic is recognized and healed effectively. At the heart of this phase is what's known as the dark night of the soul. If you've experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're unsure, chances are you're not in a twin flame situation. This phase is nothing short of the most intense, dragged-out emotional experience of your life. It feels like your mind has been hijacked, consumed by an endless stream of thoughts about your twin flame. From the moment you wake up until you fall asleep, if you can sleep at all, your thoughts are filled with them. Getting rest becomes a struggle because these thoughts are relentless, leaving you mentally and emotionally drained. This isn't just heartache or typical overthinking. It's a constant obsession, like a flood of energy that never stops. You might find yourself analyzing every interaction, imagining ways to bring them back, yet feeling helpless, as if it's impossible. It's like being trapped in a mental loop you can't escape, and when you finally have a brief moment of relief, it feels like a breakthrough. That's how consuming this phase is. What sets this experience apart from a regular breakup is the intensity. Breakups hurt, of course, and it's normal to grieve for weeks or even months. But over time, you usually start to feel better, bit by bit. That's not the case with twin flames. Here, even relationships that were brief or casual can leave you feeling like your entire life has come to a halt. You fall into a dark place, questioning yourself, doubting everything, and feeling completely out of control. The hallmark of this stage is obsessive thinking, something that's impossible to ignore. It's not just heartache or limerence, it's an unrelenting cycle of longing, regret, and confusion. Your mind races with doubt, then loops back to longing, only to start all over again. This cycle becomes your entire focus, consuming your energy and leaving little room for anything else. If you're questioning whether this is happening to you, it's likely not. You cannot miss it when you're in it. During this time, you might exhibit behavior that feels unlike you. Maybe you're constantly checking their social media, digging for any updates, or rereading messages. Even if you don't act on the urge to reach out, the desire to include them in your life becomes overwhelming. At the same time, you might start neglecting yourself. You lose interest in things you once enjoyed, slipping into a depression where everything feels meaningless. Basic self-care, eating, sleeping, or functioning becomes difficult. Even when you do sleep, you wake up with them still on your mind. This phase is so all-consuming that it's hard to put into words. It feels like an external force has taken over, leaving you lost and disconnected from everything but the thought of them. This intense emotional state marks a defining moment in the twin flame journey and leads directly to the next sign: physical symptoms that mirror the emotional chaos within. Let's dive into that next. Number 3. Physical symptoms of the twin flame connection. The physical manifestation of the intense emotional energy exchange in a twin flame connection. When we talk about physical symptoms, we're referring to the emotional intensity that becomes so overwhelming it transforms into real physical pain. This is often felt in the heart or abdomen area, widely recognized as the sensation of heartbreak. In a twin flame situation, this physical pain can be surprisingly intense, even if the relationship itself was short-lived. The reason is clear. The same energy driving your obsessive thoughts builds up and focuses on specific energy centers in your body, particularly the heart chakra and sacral chakra. Your heart chakra is where your soul's energy is most concentrated, making it a vulnerable spot for emotional and energetic impact. This is often referred to as the core wound, a place where intense energy flow can cause actual physical discomfort. You might experience moments where a thought strikes you unexpectedly, and you feel a sharp pain in your chest, gut, or heart area. It can hit you when you're sitting quietly, curled up crying, or even going about your day. This sensation is a powerful indication that you're in a twin flame situation, where two egos, part of the same soul, are sharing an energetic field. When their energies clash and are filtered through fear, they don't just affect you emotionally, they hit you physically. But it doesn't stop there. The emotional intensity can also lead to neglecting your physical well-being. You may find yourself losing significant weight, not the kind achieved through healthy habits, but from not taking care of yourself properly. Basic tasks like eating and self-care may feel secondary to the constant emotional overwhelm. Many people report barely making it through the day, feeling down, disconnected, and emotionally drained. Additionally, severe anxiety symptoms are common. These can include anxiety attacks, panic attacks, hyperventilation, and a sense of constant unease. For the chaser, the anxiety feels like an intense longing, an insatiable pull toward their twin flame. For the runner, it manifests as a torment they don't fully understand. They often try to escape the connection, denying its existence, even though deep down they know its source. This physical and emotional pain often drives both twin flames to adopt different coping mechanisms. Whether through avoidance, denial, or obsessive longing, the energy exchange between twin flames is so powerful that it affects them on every level: mind, body, and soul. Recognizing these physical symptoms is a crucial part of understanding the depth of a twin flame connection and learning how to navigate its challenges. If you've ever felt the physical intensity of a twin flame connection, we invite you to comment on the word heart below. Have you experienced that sudden ache in your chest, the tightening in your gut, or the overwhelming weight of emotions that feels impossible to ignore? This journey is so unique, yet these sensations are shared by so many who walk the twin flame path. By commenting, you're not just acknowledging your experience, you're creating a safe space for others to connect, reflect, and share their stories. Together, we can build a community of support and understanding, reminding each other that we're not alone in this profound journey. So if you've ever felt this deep connection manifest physically, let us know by commenting heart below. Let's support one another as we navigate the challenges and beauty of this powerful bond. Your experience matters, and your voice could be the encouragement someone else needs to hear today. Number 4. Signs and synchronicities in twin flames. Sign number 4. Signs and synchronicities. One of the clearest indications of a twin flame connection is the appearance of signs and synchronicities that feel too significant to be coincidences. These events serve as subtle but powerful reminders that something bigger is at play, guiding you beyond your limited sense of self. Discovering information about twin flames in a serendipitous way is often the first clue that you're either starting this journey or preparing for a similar deep soul connection. For those who have already experienced the honeymoon phase and the dark night of the soul, these synchronicities become even more meaningful. If you were never particularly interested in mystical or spiritual ideas before, but suddenly feel drawn to concepts like angel numbers, repeating patterns, or twin flame resources, it's a strong indication that you're in a twin flame situation. Seeing repeating numbers like 1111 is one of the most common signs. For many, it's the first hint that something significant is happening. It's as though the universe is speaking to you directly, encouraging you to pay attention. From my own experience, after the confusion and emotional turmoil with my twin flame, I began seeing 1111 everywhere, on clocks, receipts, and license plates. At first I ignored it, but as the pattern persisted, I came across a YouTube video explaining the connection between seeing 1111 and meeting your twin flame. At the time, I was skeptical. Concepts like soulmates or twin flames felt far-fetched. Yet I was in such a state of confusion and longing that nothing else seemed to make sense. Watching that video was my introduction to the twin flame journey, and although I resisted it initially, it resonated deeply. From there, I started noticing other synchronicities, familiar car models, significant numbers on grocery receipts, birthdays appearing in random places, and even people who bore an uncanny resemblance to my twin flame. These signs aren't random. They're tied to the energy of your connection and magnified by the law of attraction. When you're energetically connected to someone at a soul level, your focus naturally brings these reminders into your reality. You may hear songs that seem to speak directly to your situation, see movies that reflect your experience, or encounter symbols that are uniquely tied to your twin flame. These synchronicities are the universe's way of helping you understand that this connection is real and significant. The key here is openness. If you're noticing these signs and feeling drawn to twin flame information, especially when you weren't open to it before, it's a strong indication that your soul is guiding you toward understanding this connection. While nobody has all the answers, every piece of information, every sign, and every synchronicity adds to the larger puzzle of your journey. Pay attention to these moments. They're not coincidences, but guiding markers, helping you make sense of a connection that transcends the ordinary. If you've experienced this series of signs and synchronicities, it's likely your soul is pushing you to awaken and learn more about the twin flame path. Trust the process and the guidance you're receiving. It's part of something far greater than you may realize. Number 5. Inner knowing and outer doubt in twin flames. The fifth and most profound sign of a twin flame connection is the balance between deep inner certainty and intense external doubt. This sign is complex because it reflects the dual nature of consciousness and the twin flame experience itself. On one hand, there's a calm, unshakable inner knowing, an undeniable feeling that you've met your twin flame and that you share an eternal bond. This sense of unity transcends conventional ideas about relationships and feels almost destined, as if you were always meant to find this person. However, this inner knowing is often paired with overwhelming external doubt. Society's perception of relationships, fear-based thinking, and the lack of tangible evidence in your external world can create intense confusion. You might feel certain about your connection one moment, only to question everything the next. A recurring cycle emerges. You'll see a sign or experience something that confirms your inner knowing, bringing temporary reassurance, but then fall back into doubt as uncertainty creeps in. This dynamic, inner certainty and external doubt, is at the heart of the twin flame journey. Deep within, your soul recognizes the truth. You and your twin flame are not two separate individuals, but part of the same soul energy. Your soul is far more expansive than your ego-based perception of self, encompassing both you and your twin flame as one. This awareness exists at the soul level, and to access it, you must slow down, quiet your mind, and be fully present. The tension between your inner knowing and external doubt often drives the twin flame stages. It fuels the blissful honeymoon phase, intensifies the pain of separation, and propels you into the dark night of the soul. At this point, ego-based impulses take over. For the chaser, it may manifest as a need to reach out, convince, or win back the runner. For the runner, it's often an instinct to deny the connection and escape. However, acting on doubt only deepens the pain, creating a cycle of frustration and emotional turmoil. The key to breaking this cycle lies in your inner knowing. This calm certainty requires no action, no chasing, and no forcing. It mirrors the natural flow of life, where synchronicities and signs, like repeating numbers or symbolic messages, arise effortlessly. You don't force them. They simply appear, reassuring you that you're on the right path. In moments of alignment, you may see a clock reading 11:11, or notice a license plate with a significant number. These synchronicities confirm your inner truth, offering peace and clarity. When you trust your inner knowing, you shift from living externally, constantly seeking validation, to living internally, guided by your higher self. This shift leads to true alignment and ultimately, a physical reunion with your twin flame. The connection unfolds naturally, without strain or effort, as you find peace within yourself. At this stage, the inner certainty you felt all along is reflected externally, solidifying the bond. Living from this soul-level awareness transforms your perspective on life. Challenges no longer feel insurmountable but are seen as opportunities to grow and express higher versions of yourself. While ego-based living is driven by insecurity, possessiveness, and the need for control, soul-based living is rooted in peace, freedom, and limitless possibility. Recognizing your twin flame isn't about checking boxes off a list. Some signs may resonate deeply, while others may not be as clear, and that's perfectly fine. What matters most is the intensity of your experience. If you find yourself questioning the connection constantly, struggling with doubt, while simultaneously feeling an undeniable pull. That very struggle is often one of the strongest signs. The twin flame journey is unique for everyone, but its essence lies in the deep, transformative energy that challenges you to live at a higher level of awareness. Trust your inner knowing. It will always guide you home. Recap of the 5 twin flame signs. Let's do a quick recap of the 5 key signs of a twin flame connection. These signs are essential for understanding whether you're truly experiencing a twin flame journey. Sign number 1, the feeling of closeness, or the honeymoon period. This is the stage where everything feels perfect. You and your twin flame are completely in sync, and it's as if you're living in a dreamlike state. The bond feels effortless, blissful, and unlike anything you've experienced before. However, this phase typically lasts a short time, weeks to a few months, before the first major shakeup occurs. Sign number 2, ghosting and emotional intensity, also known as the dark night of the soul. This is when the journey becomes challenging. You experience deep emotional pain, obsessive thoughts, and a sense of helplessness that can feel overwhelming. The connection consumes your mind, leaving you caught in cycles of longing and confusion. This phase forces you to confront your fears and emotions head-on. Sign number 3, physical symptoms. The intensity of your emotions can manifest as physical pain, particularly in your chest or heart area. This is often described as heartbreak, but on a much deeper level. The emotional energy swirling within you directly impacts your physical body, creating sensations that are impossible to ignore. Sign number 4, signs and synchronicities. During this phase, you begin noticing what seem like coincidences, but they feel far too meaningful to be random. You might encounter repeating numbers like 1111, find unexpected references to twin flames, or see reminders of your connection in everyday life, like their car model, significant birthdays, or symbolic messages in songs and movies. These synchronicities are the universe's way of guiding you toward understanding the depth of your connection. Sign number 5, inner knowing and external doubt. This is the ultimate sign of a twin flame journey. Deep inside, you have a calm, unshakable certainty that you've met your twin flame, an inner knowing that feels undeniable. At the same time, external doubt creeps in, fueled by societal norms, fear, and the lack of visible evidence. You oscillate between trust and confusion, questioning whether this connection is real while feeling its truth in your core. Each twin flame journey is unique, but these 5 signs are powerful indicators of this rare and transformative experience. If you resonate with several of these signs, it's a strong confirmation that you're on the twin flame path. Remember, this journey is not just about external events. It's about deep spiritual growth, self-discovery, and awakening to a higher level of consciousness. Trust the process and allow the signs to guide you as you move forward on your path. To summarize, the twin flame journey is a profound and life-altering experience that goes far beyond traditional relationships. It is not simply about romance or external validation, but a deeper, soul-level transformation. The 5 key signs, the honeymoon period, emotional intensity, physical symptoms, synchronicities, and the balance of inner knowing and external doubt, serve as guiding markers, helping you navigate this intense and often overwhelming path. Each of these signs reflects a deeper truth, that the twin flame connection is designed to challenge, awaken, and transform you. It pushes you to confront your fears, heal your wounds, and rise to a higher level of awareness. Through the highs and lows, the pain and clarity, this journey brings you back to yourself, revealing parts of your soul you never knew existed. If you recognize these signs in your life, trust that this experience is unfolding for a reason. It is part of your spiritual evolution, a sacred call to live with greater purpose, understanding, and authenticity. While the path may be difficult, it ultimately leads to inner peace, alignment, and the realization that you and your twin flame are not separate, but reflections of the same soul. Remember, the twin flame journey is not about finding completion in another person, but about awakening to the infinite wholeness within yourself. Embrace the process, honor the lessons, and allow this rare connection to guide you toward a deeper, more meaningful existence. Your soul knows the way. Trust it, and it will lead you home. Thank you so much for watching and sharing your time with us on this journey of discovery. We hope this video brought you clarity, comfort, and deeper understanding as you navigate the twin flame experience. If you found this content helpful, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you're helping us reach and inspire more people on their spiritual paths. We'd love to hear from you, so feel free to share your thoughts, experiences, or questions in the comments below. Your journey matters, and together, we can create a community of support and insight. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we'll continue to explore the mysteries of the soul, love, and spiritual growth. Until then, take care, trust the process, and know that you are never alone on this path. We'll see you in the next video.